we started our program by building, what we think is a better mousetrap. Boards are made in Italy, XPS foam, waterproofing membrane, adhere to it with waterproofing epoxy. So there is only plastic material. There is no organic material. There is no paper. There is no wood. There is no concrete. It's only plastic. So our boards are steam rated as they are. You don't need to add a new layer. You don't need to add a waterproofing, a membrane, roll-on, nothing. They are just ready to be used in a steam shower application. So the perm rating on our boards is 0.1. So the board, we're going to have some samples here in a few minutes. Our beautiful assistant, nope, the other assistant. Right. You're going to see how the rigidity of our board versus some of the products out there. And that's because the way we build it. So it's extremely more rigid, and it allows you to have a more rigid envelope in your shower. So you're going to see that in a few seconds. So our system is designed around two products: the panel and the wedges. The wedges are 36 by 36 panels in XPS. And Brandon has one of those. They start from half an inch. They go up to 1.25 inches. So there is a 1/4 inch pitch per foot. So we don't have preset shower pans. Everything is built by using wedges, and the panel becomes your layer where you're going to install tiles. Because of the rigidity of the board, you'll be able to install quarter pan, no problem. But I think we should go through the video. We'll pause it when necessary. Do you have any questions so far? Can you give me some samples of the drain? So the drain. And do you have a linear?
I'll just grab one.
So the boards are available in sizes that go from 1/4 inch to 2 inch. We have a curve, but now you're going to see how the wedge gets used. This is we're simulating a 3x4 shower where we replace the center drain with something else. So 3x4 opening. The board in the center is a 1/2 inch panel, the same one we use on the walls, the same one that we use to cover the base. Two wedges, they bring the water to the center. You can do a point drain by doing like envelope cuts to bring water in the front. We back cut the panel so they will flop. This first installation, it's done dry. There is only no thin set. The following one you're going to start seeing, we add more elements to give you more. Here what we're showing a scenario where you had, let's say, a linen closet on the side. Now you decide to expand it. I mean, that's a very common request that you have in a remodel situation where they have a shower, but they don't know what the new shower is going to be. So for a contractor, it's very hard to go and give an estimate. You say, okay, I'm going to be able to do this. Because if you buy the shower base ahead of time, now you're stuck. And you need to build to it, extend it, cut it. It's all things that can be done, but it takes time, money, and sometimes, you're fighting the fact that the drain is stuck there, or they want to move the drain, let's say, on the water, on the side where the valves are. But without knowing what's underneath, which direction the drain goes, it's very hard to say, yes, I'll do it and I'll charge you this much, because by the time the subfloor comes up, it becomes a $1,200 plumbing job that nobody wants to pay for it, and now they're not getting the drain where they want. But you can still perhaps, you may not move the drain, but you can still give them a bigger shower. And that's the scenario we're showing here. The guy takes off the wall, and now you have a bigger base, but the drain cannot be moved, whether they cannot afford to move it or they physically cannot be done. So now the opening became a 3x5, I think. The shower drain is still stuck there. We cannot move it. So it brings more blocks. And by using the same wedges and panels he had for the other shower, he can just build a new one. So he puts a short wedge on the right. Now, what he's using there, it's a filler or a spacer. Basically, when you go past the first 36 inches, the level comes up 3/4 of an inch. So you need a filler for the second piece. Can we lay it down here? Yep. So, our panels are 3x9 and 3x5. So with a 3x9 panel, you can go all the way to a corner on a 3x6 or 3x5 without having a seam. So now you have a very sharp angle that's already waterproof. You don't have to do anything. Here you're going to see what happens. You put the first wedge in the front, then after the first 36 inches, you basically came up 3/4 of an inch. So there is a filler board. It's a straight piece of foam. You can do it with 3/4 inch plywood, but with the cost of plywood nowadays, it's cheaper to do it with foam, but you can still use plywood if it's readily available. And a second wedge that's identical to the first one. So even in terms of what should I pack on my truck, what should I go buy, it doesn't matter. If at the end, let's say instead of doing this, the drain was in the center, it's the same material. If the drain was in the back, it's the same material. In the front, I mean, nothing, you don't have to buy something different, you don't have to get something. It's the same basic material that you're using it to create your base. Our drains are either in stainless steel, 316 stainless steel, centered and off-center. We go all the way to 6 feet length, or polypropylene. In both cases, our drain come with a threaded bottom. So you use a 2-inch adapter. The 2-inch adapter is something that you buy. We supply it, but you can also buy it in a plumbing store or a Home Depot. It's threaded on one side. So now this is an ABS drain. You have a PVC adapter, it becomes a PVC drain. Little sealant here to close it. And you have, now, another interesting part of the drain is how shallow is the drain. So what we did here, we used it we probably should turn this around. Grab the table. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think at this point we have 6 inches height here?
It's a 2x8 is what it is.
2x8, and I don't know if anybody has a measuring tape.
7.5 inches.
7.5, but we shaved it. We really went to see how. So there is not much construction going on with a 2x8, but we were able to fit a drain there. So what also means that you can carry this to a further away point because you're very close to the top of the space, right? The closer you are to the top of the space, the further away you can bring the water. So there is a major advantage of having a shallow drain because it makes it more versatile. It can be used in more applications.
I don't think my mic's working.
No, you are.
Okay. Even with like duct work underneath, like the if you're doing an upstairs or either downstairs cavity, so you'll have duct work, plumbing, so there's always something in the way that there's a resistance there. So you still may need that shallow part to put that drain in. So it does give you the versatility to do that.
All our drains they ship with a tallable cover. So the tallable cover is always included in our drain. And there is other drain covers that you can buy if you're looking for other design. So that's our pointer drain, central drain. We recently redesigned it, and now it's so we're going to see here. It's a full application. They're going to use thin set, so you can see the full, how it goes together. So it's dry fitting it. So at that point, to connect to your drain, you just need some solvent cement for PVC or ABS, depending on what type of plumbing you have, straight in. So he's prepping the boards, getting it wet. The first piece that goes down is the piece where it's a flat piece. That's where your drain is going to sit on. And we're using our own board, but you could use something else. So it's a half an inch board that goes under the drain. This is all standard. He's going to apply thin set down. He's going to back butter the wedge. In this particular video, we are actually showing, instead of having a filler board, we're using 3/4 inch wood, but they're both acceptable. Any questions so far? Nothing special so far. So you're creating the pitch by using standard product wedges that are already designed with a 2% pitch. So you're guaranteed to have exactly what you're looking for. Now, another advantage you're using, in this case, we're using a single pitch. It goes only in one direction. Is the fact that you can use large format tile, and you don't have to cut it. As you know, large format means less grout. It also means that you can go and use a product that normally the cost per square footage of a large format tile, it is a lot less than a mosaic tile. So it's just making sure there is enough coverage underneath the board. Now he's using a primary bead around the perimeter. And he's going to he's using the 3x9 board. Score the back and just fold it. Regular washers with tabs above the curb, the first row, and then you move up 12 inches apart. Now we use bending only on the perimeter base, and you're going to see it. So bending is only required on the base of the shower. Everything else gets done with the ceiling. we're using small boards on the right. We could have used a full panel vertical going up. I mean, it's the advantage of having a 3x9 board is that you can use them more efficiently on a layout, like a standard layout, 3x5, 3x9. Half inch, well, we have all different thickness, from 1/4 to 2 inches. You're going to see now the drain installation is what a lot of our installers find it very easy and simple to do it, because you come in straight from the top, you embed it in concrete, you put a seal all around. That's it, you're in. No other mechanical, fastening, Fernco, any of that. This is straight from the top. He's tracing now where the membrane is going to go, apply some sealant. He's going to cover even the flange of the drain, right? And now he cuts off the opening, and the same piece of fabric can be used on top of your tallable grate for your tile installation. We have the 2-inch board. You can make your own benches. We offer niches of different dimensions. You can see it's a very clean installation. We don't use anything set for waterproofing. We use a sealant. It's a totally waterproof sealant. So thank you, first of all, for coming here, for getting out of bed this morning. In Vegas, it's not so easy. Any questions? Our booth is here, 2377. We have a warehouse and distribution center in New Jersey. Our product line is totally made in Italy. We've been in the U.S. for 10 years. And we will love an opportunity for you guys to come and talk to us, and maybe there is something we can inspire you with. Any questions? I don't know if it's evident the difference by using a pen without using a pen. Even from a distribution point of view, I mean, having a pen that's preset in dimension, it creates a lot of problems, especially in a time like this when stuff is hard to get, because you end up with, your particular shower size is back ordered. So you either modify your design or you modify your pen. In our case, there is no standard. So, this is, 2 wedges give you 6 feet, but if you need 9 feet, you take 3 wedges. I mean, there is nothing to it. So even from an inventory point of view, from a distributor, it's got wedges and panels. You can do any size. So do you have this? Yes. What about this? Yes. The answer is always yes, because there is no standard. I mean, we see a lot of our clients they have our product, they have other products. Sometimes they fill those voids by using our system. Some other times, use the other system for standard one. So, but this is, you can do any size. There is no restriction. So, go ahead. We have an envelope cut right there. Come and see us. Because basically what we do, we take the 4 wedges and we point it toward the center. And that's that's the reason we have our linear drain. Our linear drain is in stainless steel, 316, with the same type of connection at the bottom. So it's 2-inch threaded. So this is a single piece, pressed. Adjustable grade, exactly. So you have feet. You don't have to worry about how you're going to fit it afterwards. This is the one that has a design, but we also have our tileable one. Sorry, I dropped the mic. Which, if I was a rapper, would be great, right? Not a rapper, sorry. You don't want to be, Italian rappers, I don't think they're very in big demand, right? For plus me. I think I missed the boat. So you can adjust. This is actually a finish. So it's a polished finish. So you can use this. It'd be visible. You just lift the feet. Otherwise, you can use the same thickness of tile or different thickness. So let's say you have large format outside and you want to use a glass. You can still do it because you are adjusting the height like this, and you don't have to worry about it. If you got some of those, you have to spin them to none of that. There is no adapters that go outside of the cup. Everything is inside of the drain, so you can come up and down as you want. So, thank you again. Our booth is here. Please come and see us.